chopper's gonna light us up!
Stop right there, criminal scum! Nobody breaks the law on my watch!
Fuck this, I'm out of here!
Then pay with your blood!
What's going on, people? My name is Batman, and I have some terrific news for all of you. The day we've all been waiting for is finally here. I am so excited to bring to your attention on this fine day the epic news that Second Chance is coming to Battlefield, baby. Fuck yeah! Everybody's favorite mechanism from Call of Duty has finally been brought over to Battlefield. I've been waiting for this for so goddamn long. I'm so excited, you guys. They have this self-revive EpiPen. How it works is when you kill someone, it looks like they're dead, but then they immediately and automatically inject themselves with what I'm assuming is PCP, and then they come back to life in the prone position. It works once a life. All jokes aside, this is unacceptable. Am I gonna have to go the full duration of this game checking the dead body of every person I kill, just in case they might rise from their grave unexpectedly and tear me down in my prime? Why would they go down that route? Even the people in COD who liked that perk knew it was a bullshit perk, and most Battlefield fans hate Call of Duty specifically because of weak-ass shit like that. One of the big questions for me this year with Battlefield was what direction would they take with their skill gap, but the word is out and the direction is clear. Battlefield will be further reducing its skill gap this year. So for starters, the self-revive thing, on top of relieving the emotional trauma of death and potentially earning you a free kill on the unsuspecting guy that just killed you, also serves as an instant respawn every other life, which is a win for the casual masses that do not approve of respawn times in general. They brought in the Black Ops 2 score streak system, where all the points you earn go towards perk unlocks for your character. It's basically identical to the specialist class from COD. Now this of course makes for a faster paced game, but I think the real reason they did it was simply that nobody had any idea how the squad upgrade system really worked previously in Battlefield 4. You know, the only points that counted were the ones you got interacting with a squad member. And this made it somewhat difficult to obtain the perk rewards because on top of the fact that whole squads die pretty often, mainly due to the fact that there isn't a lot of actual communication between squad members generally because they're all randies to one another, and even when there isn't always a catalyst or situation available in which you can readily rack up squad-on-squad points. And this difficulty combined with the fact that the perk rewards themselves are pretty minor, and in fact I don't think most players even notice when they're activated or even know what it means when field upgrade score lost flashes across their screen. So basically they simplified the system, and the basic rule about the typical FPS these days is that simple sells. They make the game as complex as it needs to be in order to be fun, and then focus on keeping it simple with a combination of short and sweet, because the FPS audience is very casual, and casual by definition isn't looking for the commitment that complexity requires. And it's not that I think Battlefield has or is with Hardline committing themselves to simplicity above all else and at the expense, the sacrifice of what has been great about Battlefield in the past, but I do think simplicity is playing a much bigger role this time around than it has in any previous Battlefield. Another good example of that is how you can now pull health and ammo or whatever else out of your teammate if they are the appropriate class, right? So motherfuckers don't have to throw down health anymore. You can just take it from them without even asking. And that is obviously to compensate for the fact that so many Battlefield players these days are just complete fucktards, lacking even the most basic understanding of what is going on around them at any given time. And the way it works is that if you're wounded and you're by a fucking medic who has a health pack to throw down, he's supposed to throw that shit down, and when he doesn't, the entire system breaks down. But it's another case of the game dumbing down to compensate for players' incompetence as opposed to finding ways to cure that incompetence or inform that ignorance. Now, they could have scrapped the entire field upgrade system altogether, but they wanted to retain some sort of streak reward system because a large appeal of video games is simply rewards and incentives. Whether it's prestige emblems, attachment unlocks, achievements on the Xbox, or trophies on the PlayStation, gaming at its core is a series of obstacles, incentives, and rewards. COD blazed the trail originally, but at this point most shooters have concluded that it's worthwhile to reward and incentivize players doing well in a match in the immediacy of the moment. Instant and tangible gratification. That is more exciting than, say, the abstract gratification of higher amounts of XP at the end of the match, which in the past, pre-MW2, had generally been the universal shooter norm as far as rewards and incentives went in multiplayer. And I actually predicted that they would switch over to a regular point streak system. I can't remember what video it was, but I swear to God I called this shit. But the eerie thing is, my argument was a slippery slope one. I reasoned that this was the next logical slide down the slope, but the slope continues. What you have in Battlefield is basically the same system as Call of Duty. The only difference is you're getting rewarded only with perks in Battlefield as opposed to more tangible rewarded mechanisms such as air support or super weapon or an artillery strike or whatever in Call of Duty. So in the future, I could very easily see Battlefield, sliding to the next step, a sort of, like a fucking jetpack or something, some sort of between air support and perks. But what I'm saying is that would be the next logical slide down the slope. You know what I'm saying is it would be a baby step for Battlefield to adopt a more tangible reward system at this point. Because the thing you gotta remember is that the skill gap is the slippiest slope of all. Please remember to rate. This is Batman, signing out.